Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome this next performer. He's been on The Tonight Show, and he just wrote for the NBC comedy benefit Feeding America, starring Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock. Please welcome Mr. Claude Stewart. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. Sit down. Oh, thank you so much. Look out. I am so excited to be here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I gotta be honest with you, I'm doubting my sanity because just yesterday I put on deodorant and cologne for a Zoom meeting. Yeah, that's how Zoom meetings work, right? You wear deodorant, you wear cologne, and no pants. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our virtual Red Soiree event, or as I like to call it, my mother-in-law's spare room. Yeah, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, ever since March Madness began, ever since this whole COVID pandemic started, I have been stuck here at my mother-in-law's with all my relatives, and honestly, I tease them, but it's been a real blessing and a joy to be trapped here in this house with them. I honestly don't know what I would do without them. Ladies and gentlemen, please. So I am so happy to be sharing this moment with you. If you're trying to figure it out, let me go ahead and help you. I just found out I am a middle-aged man who has the exact same hairdo as Fred from Scooby-Doo and the face and body of Shaggy. Zoinks! And according to my nephew, I look like Justin Bieber's father. Yes, my name is Claude Stewart, like I said. I'm a man, obviously, but I'm a very slight-built man. I'm 5'11" and 131 pounds. Yeah, these are supermodel statistics. Female supermodel statistics. Let's be honest, most women want my body, just not the same way I want theirs. But, you know, my weight, it's actually affecting my pandemic life because I have a little 6-year-old son. And ever since we started homeschooling, all of my son's teachers are mommy and his gym coach is me. Yeah, you're in trouble when your PE teacher weighs less than the average 8th grade girl. Tell you what, I've done some research. I found out people have been drinking a little bit more during this quarantine. You end up drinking. That's okay. You know, just be responsible about it. I'm all about it. If you're not driving, go ahead, have a drink. Get crazy. Create a memory that you can't remember. But just do yourself a favor, okay? Know your limits. Know when you shouldn't be driving. I just found mine out, folks. I know I'm too drunk to drive if I order a Lyft from inside an Uber. The other driver calls me up, you need to slow down. Well, you need to catch up. Don't make me call a cab. Yes. So, I like to have fun, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, this is 2020, okay? For those of you who have not kept up with the news at all, let me sum up 2020 for you real quick. Global pandemic, international protest, riots, and murder hornets. You know it's a crazy year when the most normal part about it is the Tiger King. And I look like I'm renting a room from the Tiger King right now. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think we've seen a lot of Netflix this year as a country, right? I don't know about you. I've seen so much Netflix, I'm actually thinking about reading a book. And that's why we're here. Help our kids read. Yes. So we've all had to adjust to this crazy pandemic life. And everyone's, you know, it's been a challenge for us all. But you know who's had the easiest time adjusting to the whole pandemic and quarantine? Stalkers. Yes, that's right. Stalkers. Think about it. Because, you know, if you're a stalker, you're used to having to be a minimum of 500 feet away from everybody. But now, with this whole quarantine pandemic, you only have to be 6 feet away. Yeah, that's an upgrade for a stalker. That's a privilege. You know, stalkers are like, whoa, you mean to tell me before this whole pandemic, if I wanted to spy on my next door neighbor, I had to do it with binoculars from across the street? But now, I could do it from inside their bedroom closet? Yeah, as long as you wear a mask, bro. Everybody's complaining, I have to wear a mask. Stalkers are like, whatever, dude. I usually have to wear a ski mask. Bandana is no biggie. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's an exciting time, you know? And I tell you what, there's been a lot of crazy stuff in the news. But listen, honestly, of all the stories in 2020, I think the craziest I've ever heard is about the Alabama COVID parties. Oh my gosh, have you heard about this? I kid you not. At a college in Alabama, all these college students in Alabama have COVID parties. What they do is they charge a cover at the door. They put all the money into a big pot. You go to the party, someone there is infected with COVID. And if anybody new contracts the disease at the party, they win all the money in the pot. Yeah, I don't know about you, but when I first heard this, I was shocked. I was like, no way! There's a college in Alabama? When did they get books? Good for you, Bama. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I mentioned, I'm not lying at all. 100% true. I am stuck here at my mother-in-law's house. Ever since March, I have been here for the last 6 months. Let me tell you what I'm dealing with. Every meal, every dinner I have, I am forced to sit down and eat with my hyperactive, temperamental 6-year-old son, my judgmental, micromanaging wife, her vodka-drinking, chain-smoking, phlegm-coughing mother, 2 perpetually ravenous dogs, and a squawking, ear-piercing parrot. Yeah, every meal, every dinner, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to be cool, I'm eating my food, the 2 dogs are yipping and yapping, they're trying to steal my meal, they're jumping so high above the table, they're practically levitating, right? But we can't feed them before we eat, because that's the rule. So we have to wait until my son finishes his meal, which takes forever because he has 1 bite of his mac and cheese, then he wants to have a half-hour debate over who would win a race between Usain Bolt and the Flash. Yeah, this is a legitimate argument we have every night. So finally, he finishes his food, he runs over to feed the dogs, but he steps in their water bowl because my insane mother-in-law booby-traps the kitchen like a prisoner of war. Okay? So he steps in the water bowl, he starts freaking out, I jump up over to try to comfort him, but when I do this every night, my shoulder knocks this rotary phone that my mother-in-law has mounted on the wall from 1972. And it's a double injury, because I almost break my scapula on it, and then the receiver falls off, and it drops on my foot. So now I'm hopping around the kitchen with 2 injuries. Right? I run over to calm my son down, and then my wife starts micromanaging me, because, you know, what do I know about parenting, right? I mean, I was never pregnant. She's yelling at me, he's freaking out. Meanwhile, my mother-in-law is drinking like Nicolas Cage from Leaving Las Vegas, and coughing up a lung like Doc Holliday from Tombstone. And for the record, that's 2 90s references and 1 joke. Take that, millennials! Google it! Hey, she's freaking out, the dogs are barking, the parrot's going nuts. Rap! Rap! And then the parrot starts imitating my wife. So now I'm getting nagged in stereo. And she's like, back off, honey, give him space. Rap! Back off, honey, give him space. Rap! Shut up! I'll say it again. After 6 months of living with this, I'm praying for COVID. Thank you for listening. This is great therapy. Ah, awesome to be here, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you this, my friends. I honestly, I tease my relatives, but I have had a wonderful time with them. It's so fun to watch my son be educated. You know, he's very cute. I love hearing him talk to my wife. You know, like just the other day, my wife was talking to him, and he looks up at her and he said, "Mommy, will I live forever?" And she goes, "Oh, honey, not if we keep homeschooling." Yeah, my wife's got a good sense of humor. My wife is a West Coast woman. Yes, she is very environmental, and I'm completely down with that, you know. But every time I take her to a nice restaurant, she asks the waiter all these weird, annoying questions, you know. She's always like, is the salmon wild? Is the chicken free range? The waiter always looks at me like, is the wife crazy? This is Denny's. You're lucky there's silverware. Good point. I love being a dad. I really do. I'm a first-time dad. My son is my only child, and so I get nervous about it sometimes. You know, because my wife is smart. She's super smart. She said to me recently, she goes, "Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do if our son grows up to be a genius? Then what?" I was like, "Then I guess I'm not the father." The heck are you hanging out with, you little nerd dater? Yeah. I tell you what though, man, I'm a big music lover, and my son loves music too. I love all types of music, but I'm a rocker. I'm really into classic rock, you know? And so is my son. I guarantee you, my child is the only kid I've ever seen run around a crowded playground going, "Dirty deeds done dirt cheap." I'm like, yeah, that's my boy. But you know what though? My son, he scared his teacher. Oh man, this was about 3 weeks before COVID broke out. Yeah, they were at school and they were playing this cute little hide and go seek game. And my son, he was wearing this bandana over his eyes. He's trying to find the teacher, right? The teacher goes, "Hey, little man, do you know where you are?" My son goes, "You in the jungle, baby! You're gonna die!" Yeah, so that was her last day at the school. Yeah, he loves, man, all types of music. He really loves rock. But I'll be honest with you, ever since that movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, came out, I have been playing a lot of Queen. I love Queen. That's a rock fan. Big Queen fan. And my son, he loves Queen too. But you know what though? It backfired on me about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because I was trying to get him to sleep. And he's like me. He's got my crazy energy, you know? He was bouncing off the walls like a ferret on a triple espresso. Right? So I'm trying to get him to sleep. I go, "Buddy, that's enough. Grab your toys. We're going to bed." Without missing a beat, my son looks at me and he goes, "Don't stop me now, 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time." Honestly, I couldn't even get mad. I was like, all right, that was awesome, little man. Up top, baby. Now listen, let's be honest. That's really cute my son did that because he was home alone with me, right? Nobody gets hurt. But my concern is this. I'm worried we're going to be in public one day and my son is going to start singing a Queen song at the wrong time, right? I mean, come on. I don't want to be at grandma's funeral and he's going, "Another one bites the dust." Right? He starts pointing at all of grandma's friends, and another one's gone, and another one's gone, and another one bites the dust. The priest is like, "That's enough, young man. Hey, gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust." Shooter. Hey, my wife starts dragging him out of the church. "Oh, Mama Mia, let me go. Mama Mia, let me go." It's crazy, man. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'll tell you a little secret about myself. I have ADD. That's right, I have ADD. You know, I just said that, and everybody watching at home just went, No kidding. We'll take things we already knew for 200, Alex. Everybody out there is like, you don't have ADD. Dude, you've got ADHD. It's true, I just don't have time for the H. Yeah. Now listen, you say whatever you want about it, but if you have ADD, you never get depressed. That's right, you can't get depressed with ADD. Why? You don't have time. It's awesome, man. With ADD, you're like, I just got fired. I don't have any money. Oh, hey, it's a butterfly. See? Problem over. That was great. I just jumped around the room chasing an imaginary butterfly. I literally bounced off the wall. And all the parents just thought in their mind, oh no, he reminds me of my kid. Well, hey, I got some good news for you, parents. That's right. Moms and dads, you got some good news coming at you. You can learn something from watching my show today. That's right. For example, you can learn your kid can get a job someday. That's right. Your kid can totally get a job someday. Telling inappropriate jokes right here on the Virtual Red Soiree event. Come on! Look out! Don't stop me now. Yes. You know what's funny? I actually did that joke one night, the ADD joke, and this lovely lady came up to me after the show. She goes, I have a question. Are you ever worried about offending people who have ADD? I was like, heck no. If people with ADD get mad at me, it's going to last for like 3 seconds. They'll get over it. They got a lot of things to almost do. Yeah, ADD people get that. Woo! We're very busy people. That's right. We don't finish any projects, but we start a new one every 5 minutes. That's right. I'm ADD, and like I mentioned before, I am also dyslexic. Yes, I am dyslexic. And, you know, we get a bad rap. Dyslexics really get a bad rap. Because you tell people you're dyslexic, and they assume that not only do you read backwards, but you behave backwards. And that's not true. It's not like when I get into a car, I yell shotgun and jump in the trunk. I mean, not anymore. I don't know, man. It was challenging, but I learned to overcome it. I'm proud to be dyslexic. Here's the thing. I didn't know I was dyslexic until the 8th grade. Yeah, it was my 31st birthday. I mean my 13th birthday. But you know what, though? I felt sorry for my teachers because I'm dyslexic, you know? Because every time my teachers graded my paper, they had to hold it up in front of the mirror. Is that a B or a D? Never mind. That's an F. Yeah. I always try to work really hard because after I was diagnosed with dyslexia, my father always said to me, he's like, son, listen, you're dyslexic, so you got to work 3 times as hard as the average kid. All right? 3 to 1. Remember that. 3 to 1. So because of that, I worked 1/3 as hard, and now I blame my mom. Here's the situation, though, man. I did work hard. Well, you know what I found out, though? My type of dyslexia, specifically, I found out that I'm smart. I'm just not a very good test taker. You know, like the SATs. That was really hard for me. Think about it, man. I'm dyslexic, taking the SATs? I thought I was taking the TSAs. Yeah, I was running around asking everybody how many ounces of shampoo they had. I was frisking people. They called security on me. Yeah. I'm proud to say, though, ladies and gentlemen, I worked really hard. Oh, by the way, I graduated high school, and then I went to SMU, that's Southern Methodist University, although it should have been sex, money, and underwear. But anyway, I graduated SMU. It was a very good school, and I did graduate with a 3.3 grade point average. Thank you very much. And if you think about it, 3.3 is the perfect score if you're dyslexic. Right? Because 3.3, I don't care how dyslexic you are, you can't mess it up. Same frontwards and backwards. 3.3. I love it. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, there are many benefits to being dyslexic. I tell you one that I've enjoyed. Actually, this is about a year ago. I got pulled over by the police. They thought that I was drinking and driving. I wasn't. I just made a quick turn, and they pulled me over, and they made me take a drunk driving test. I was like, oh, great. He's going to make me touch my nose or stand like a flamingo, right? But no, the cop goes, all right, son, I want you to say the alphabet backwards. Really? Thank you. All right, the alphabet backwards. Gee, officer, how would that go? ZYXWVUTSRQPONMKJIHGFEDCBNA. Hey! Now I said my ZYX. Let me go, cause I'm not gonna wreck. Yeah! Thank you, Red Soiree Event. I can't hear you, Red Soiree Event. Walking backwards. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be honest with you. I sang that song, then I got arrested for being a jackass. But hey, as long as I didn't get arrested for drinking and driving. That's right, because I do not need an IUD. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for supporting Dyslexia Awareness Month. I've had a blast right here on the virtual Red Soiree event. My name is Claude Stewart. Connect with me online. Let's do it again. Have a great night, everybody.
I'm Tony Viagra, the gangster of comedy, and I'm trying to get COVID-19. Yes, I am. I'm trying to get COVID-19 because at my age, I'll take anything that's 19. And I can't wait for this pandemic to end. I can't wait for it to end. I can't wait for it to end so I can pick my nose. This pandemic is crazy. It's really crazy. I'm locked down at home, doing yoga, taking long walks, writing new material, and getting in arguments with Alexa. And you know, I haven't had a drink since this pandemic started. And I haven't had a drink since it started. Now I use a funnel. And of course, there's the $1,200 stimulus check. People have been getting a $1,200 stimulus check due to the pandemic. And I've been wondering, will prostitutes get a $1,200 stimulus check or just a check? They don't need stimulus. And if things weren't bad enough, now there's two COVID-19s, one from China and one from Italy. So how do you tell the difference? Well, the one from Italy has an accent and it talks with its hands. And now this pandemic has gotten so bad that now a person dies every minute from COVID-19. Yes, a person dies every minute from COVID-19. And it's the same person. Now the big thing is social distancing. Everyone's doing social distancing. And I'm an old pro at social distancing because women have been keeping their distance from me for years. And this pandemic is changing the whole world. It's changing the whole world. A good example is I went to a Chinese restaurant last night for takeout, and now C19 is pandemic, no my fun. And of course, the biggest development during this pandemic has been the rise of Zoom video conferences. Everyone's having a Zoom video conference. And a good example is I recently met a lady online and we had our first date on Zoom video, and Her halitosis was so bad, I could smell her bad breath through Zoom. And now, the CDC recommends effective hand washing to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And experts recommend singing happy birthday while you wash your hands to ensure that you wash your hands long enough. So I've been wondering, if I'm supposed to sing happy birthday while I wash my hands, what am I supposed to do when I wipe myself? Stand up and sing the national anthem? And this pandemic has hit the economy really hard. People need jobs. People need good paying jobs. People aren't looking for jobs. I'm not looking for a job. My dog's job. So I don't step in it. Has anyone seen that TV commercial for the hospital for crippled children? It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. It ripped my heart out. Yeah, these poor children. Children with one arm. Children with one leg. Children walking with a walker. And then there's this jolly little fellow sitting in a wheelchair, and he held up a big blanket with a teddy bear on the blanket. If you send in something like $100, they'll send in this blanket. Well, you know, times are tough. Times are really tough. So I wanted to help these kids because I feel bad for them. So I sent in $5. But I could tell, even my $5 made a difference, because the next time I saw one of their commercials, the kid in a wheelchair with one leg was chewing bubble gum and blowing bubbles. I got a big problem at home. Birds keep doing their business on my mailbox. Nobody else's mailbox, just my mailbox. I don't understand it. I like birds. I'm their friend. I'm a vegetarian. I don't go to KFC. I don't go to Chick-fil-A. I don't eat turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm their friend. I don't understand it. Are there anti-Semitic birds? I've been wondering. If birds have a small business administration where I can file a complaint against the birds doing their small business on my mailbox. I'm Tony Viagra, the gangster of comedy.
My name is Jammin' Jay Lamont. I'm known as the Human iPod, comedian, freshness, former radio personality, recording artist. Grew up in Oklahoma City, now living in LA, doing what I do, ran the mothership, doing it all. I'm all around, doing it all around, clowning in town. Yes, indeed. Well, I feel like I bring just a unique personality, a mixture of everything, from music to comedy to hypnosis to whatever you want to call it, you know. I'm just one of those people that's not of the norm. I do what I do, like I said. Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Hello, I'm Lester Holt from NBC News. We are live. We'll have more after this.
Are you ready for the next comedian? Say, oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this brother, when I tell you funny, say funny. When I say multi-talented, say multi-talented. Ladies and gentlemen, he hails from the city of angels. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give it up for Mr. Jay Lamont.
How y'all doing? Make some noise. Make some noise. Come on, y'all. Make some noise. That's the holy church. That's the holy dance. God will make a way somehow. We done had church, didn't we? Brother T's a pastor. Clifford is one of the other associate pastors. I saw a preacher do that one time. God will. Every time he did this, we were like, Lord, hear my neck is hurt. Lord, Jesus, is your neck hurt? I don't know what it is. How y'all doing? I gotta say something about that deacon. Cliff, you wouldn't lie about that deacon. He right about that. We don't know no words, no hymns. But what about when they start praying, Cliff? You ever notice when your deacon prays, you don't know what he says in that prayer. Y'all hum. Let us pray. Keep on. This evening, Our Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father. Sound like an auctioneer. Sold in the red shirt. Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father. We pray your name. Amen. What in the world? Ain't nothing like church. You know, black folk, we'll go to church when something go wrong, won't we? We was on I-10 today, got pulled over by the police. Now, that's a shame, boy. We will go to church in a minute. You be thinking about that TV show in the heat of the night. Oh, trust me, you know you driving. Woo! It's hot out there. They told us to get out the car. I started singing the theme song. Get out the car. In the heat of the night. Get on the ground. I got trouble. Wow, wow. Lay down, Negro, in the heat. Started praying right out there. Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father, don't want to go to jail. It's so hot in hell out here. Don't want to go to hell. Had a Mexican friend in the car, Raul. He started praying. I forgot I took him to my church. Oh, Lord Jesus. You don't know like I know what the Lord has done for me. Oh, yes. One of these old days. Ay, ay, ay. It won't be long. Ay, ay, ay. You're going to look for me, but guess what? Me and the cop, what? I'm going to be gone. I'm driving down I-10, driving down 410. Then I get on 35. He started speaking in tongues. Hallelujah. Now, what in the world? Had an Asian guy in the back seat. Imagine taking an Asian guy to your church. Oh, Heavenly Father, what in the world did he just say? That meant hallelujah. Okay, that's all right. We gonna die tonight. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Not Jesus, but Jesus. Oh, Lord, we got out of there quick. Oh, my God, y'all doing all right? Woo. Oh, Lord, that was my gym workout for right now. I'm so tired right now. Lord, where my old school at? Can I go old school on y'all? I'm talking about back in the day when you couldn't wait to get in the car, turn on the radio, every song was a jam. Y'all know what I'm saying? You know, you drive. That's your car. See, y'all ain't ready. I'm talking back in the day. Y'all ain't ready. Oh, trust me, I'll go all night. Back in the day when you went to a concert, you could see 10 acts on the same show for $5. Oh, that's back in the day. You had Teddy Pendergrass, the Commodores, the Delphonics, Blue Magic. Am I going too far back? The things I am saying are true, and the way I explain them to you, listen to me. See, they know it. It's a family reunion up in here. We may not know the words, but we'll make up our own words, won't we? You had Teddy, you had Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes. You had the Isley Brothers. Let me say it again. The Isley Brothers. Boy, as soon as you hear la 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 la, you know that's wrong. Oh, yeah. Fellas, don't you wish you could go off on your woman sound like Ron Isley? Y'all could be at home right now cussing each other out. She's like, you know, I'm getting sick of you. You just say, you're getting on my nerves, girl. Oh, yeah. What's for breakfast? Pull out that guitar. Atlantis. See y'all ready. See, that's back in the day. Like I said, back when we had the stylistics, the OJs, Murray Walter would say, "Start climbing the stairway to heaven. And on, girl, it's over." Remember that? But you got to do that scream. Then Eddie was scared the mess out of you. Did you know what I'm talking about? Wait a minute, Eddie, calm down. Look at the lady, like, girl, he done lost his mind. Let me call you back. He done lost his mind. Y'all remember those were the songs. Ladies, Teddy told y'all to close the door. You didn't listen. He told you to turn off the lights. You didn't make a move. But notice at the end of the song, he just got mad. Turn them off. Oh, girl, let me call you back. He done lost his mind. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's old school back in the day. Back when we had Barry White.
Come on now.
Let me say it again. Barry White.
Come on, girl.
Ladies, see, this is for the ladies. All this man had to do was talk through the whole album. When you got that album playing by the second song, you butt naked. My uncle said back in the day, nephew, if you didn't know what to say to a woman, just put on some Barry White. You ain't got to say a word.
Show us how, sir.
Let me just give you an example.
Show us how. Come on.
You know, baby. See, look at the women, girl. Even some church women, like, he done robbed this man. I just got out of service. Oh. I don't know what to say, you baby. Thanks, see, look at y'all. Just imagine going to church and Barry White is your pastor. See, you can't concentrate. He's in the pulpit. In all thy ways, acknowledge him. You be like, oh my Lord. And he shall direct thy path. Everybody say, right on Jesus. Right on Jesus. Even the ushers be like, yes. Glory. Just imagine some of your favorite singers coming to your church for praise and worship. You know, let Whitney come on in. Whitney. She's gonna sing a song. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. You be like, all right now. That saved a wretch like me. You be like, I like this church right here. But then Luther walks in. Uh-oh, did you hear the ladies, fellas? Lady said, look, she having a moment right now. She's like, oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Luther, still in love. See, look, that's when you can talk back to the record. Say it again, Luther. I said, still in love. See, he'll come to your church and sing like the Lord's Prayer. We all have heard that song. A lot of people should not sing that song. You've heard Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be. Forget that. Luther will take that song and Lutherize it. Our Father, which art in heaven. Then he'll break it down. Hallowed be thy hallelujah. You be like, I like this church right here. But guess who's gonna bring the message today? Bootsy Cummins. Look, we got some volunteers in here too. Just got out of church. Look, he's like, he ready to get on the mothership. Can you imagine Bootsy in the pulpit? Oh yeah, baba dabba wabba. Hallelujah, baby. Oh, we gonna praise all the way to the mothership, baby. Where the choir members at? See the choir, see boom. It's offering time, baby. The doors of the church are now open, baby. I'd rather be with Jesus. Yeah. Oh, somebody want to leave or want to go with. choir member like, you know what, we need to sing that next Sunday. Yes, I'd rather be with him. Oh, see, he's speaking in tongues. Speaking in tongues. That's church right there. Even the news, they need to put some singers on the news. Some hip-hop stars, they can put Drake on the news. Y'all heard of Drake? I love Drake. He sounds good, but you don't know what he's saying. You know, forget that. No, but put Al Green on the news. Oh, that struck a chord, then that struck a nerve. Love and happiness. I'm talking about that, Al. What'd you say, Al? Wow. Something make you wanna do wrong, make you do right. Scream, Al. But Al is gonna do the news. A man got shot last night. Say what? At a grocery store. Oh man, where? Right in downtown. Oh, that's a shame. The police arrested two suspects. Background, two suspects. One got away on the 410. You better go ahead and put it on channel 2. Yeah, man. See, that way you won't be so depressed. Because all you hear on the news, somebody got shot, bank robbery, carjacking, kidnapping. I figured put some singers on there. That way you can groove at the same time. You can put James Brown on the news. You may not know what he's saying, but you're going to be enjoying yourself. We got a shooting outside. James, what can you tell us? I don't know. Oh, good Lord, I got shot. James, where are you? He's trying to save San Antonio. Godfather, yeah. Say it again, where you at? San Antonio. Let me tell you what it is. Oh, good God, I was walking down the street. Then I heard a gunshot. I heard bang. That's what I heard. Oh, good God. Then I tried to run. Then I got dead. I started grinding like this. Then I got shot. Good God, I don't know what it was. I don't feel good. Back to you. I can watch this news every day. Oh my God. Who was up here talking about Trump? Who was that talking about Trump? Quinn, man, you ain't lying about that. Boy, we in some bad days right now. What can we do to get that man out the White House? I know Obama is somewhere laughing. Because I miss him. Do y'all miss Obama? But you know what he's doing? He is somewhere enjoying himself. I'm sure if Obama could stand right here and talk to y'all, he can say whatever he wants. He can cuss everybody out if he wanted to. The former president of the United States, Barack Obama, here in San Antonio. I'm Lester Holt from NBC News. Here he is. Thank you. This is an honor. And I'm grateful to you all for allowing me to come in here to do what I got to do. Many of you have asked, what can we do to get you back in that White House? And I said, not a damn thing. Michelle and I are so glad to be out of that White House. You don't know how glad we are. We can say whatever we want. Pimp slap your daddy. Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. Death row is definitely in the house. 1, 2, 3, and to the floor. Snoop Doggy Dogg Dr. Dre is on the floor. Throw your hands up in the air, waving like you just don't care. You don't know how happy I am to get out of that White House. Been many times that I wanted to walk up to some of those folks in Congress and say, I wish a mother would. Notice I have my own 3-second delay. I wish a mother would. But I'm glad to be here. The roof is on fire. We won't need any water. Let that, you know the rest. But you know what would have been so great? If we could just reincarnate Michael and reincarnate Prince See, I can't believe both of those guys are gone. And if he could have had a big concert on the White House lawn, Obama, oh, Michael and Prince, I could just see Michael flying in a helicopter. Look, some of y'all looking up like, what in the world? You ever like hear that helicopter outside your house? You think they're looking for you even though you know you didn't do it. See, I live in LA, I hear it all the time. No, it's Michael. Shut the door. We gotta figure this out. Open the door, open the door. But it's Michael. Michael gets out. I said, hey, Mike. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling? I feel good. Wait a minute. Okay, Mike, that's good. Okay, thank you. But wait a minute. Prince walks in.
Come on.
Do it again, Prince.
What's happening, man? I don't know about you. Come on, baby. You can fill my picture. You and I, sweating about it coming in. Ow, and you're not darling. You can't do it.
See, I love that. Because you won't hear that now. Think of the singers that we all loved back in the day that sound good and you didn't know what they were saying. Remember we had people like Al Jarreau. You didn't know what Al was saying, but he sounded good. Anita Baker. Oh my Lord, I love Anita. Did a show with her one time in Memphis, Tennessee. The crowd leaned forward. What is she saying? Everybody else, I don't know, but she sounds good. She got up there. We didn't know what that was, but we had to get that album. Remember Patti LaBelle with Michael McDonald? On My Own. Patti didn't know what Mike was saying.
I'm on my own. Why did it end this way? On my own. This wasn't how we were supposed to be. I was awake when I again.
What did Mike say? You can't go wrong. But speaking of Patti, I love Patti LaBelle. I remember one time I met Patti LaBelle and somebody told her, say, Patti, this guy right here, he can do you, he can do you. I bet you he can do you. She looked at me, do me. I was nervous. So I'm like,
Hey, if only you knew how much I do love you.
and then I hit that. She was like, no, you didn't. She backed up. She said, do it again. And then I went up one more octave. She wanted to take me on tour. I'm still waiting for that phone call right now. Hey, y'all, my name is Jammin' J. Lamar. Thank you very much.